This isn't just a story. This is a real incident, and the doll you're about to hear about is still being sold today. Her name was Meilin. She lived alone in a small apartment in the bustling city of Shanghai, China, with her loyal dog, Bao. Life hadn't always been this way. She came from a quiet village, but after her father's sudden and tragic death, she had no choice. She was forced to move to the city to earn money for her mother and younger sister back home. Meilin was a gentle, kind-hearted girl. She found a job at a toy shop, which was perfect for her, because she absolutely loved toys, especially dolls. Her employee discount became a best friend, and she slowly started to fill her small apartment with rare and beautiful dolls from all over the world. Her collection was her pride and joy. Everything in her life was normal, until one day. A new, limited edition Labubu doll collection arrived at her shop. And the city went insane. People were lining up. Phones were ringing off the hook. Within just a few hours, every single doll was sold out. Gone. But Meilin, being the smart collector she was, had already kept one doll aside for herself. And this doll was special. It was golden in color, completely different from all the others in the collection. It was unbelievably beautiful. It had piercing blue eyes, soft golden fur, long, delicate ears, and a wide, perfect smile. Meilin had never seen a doll quite like this before. She was mesmerized. She carefully brought it home, hugged it tightly, and couldn't stop taking pictures of it. She introduced it to her dog Bo as the newest member of her ever-growing doll family. But something felt wrong. The moment Bao saw the doll, he froze. His tail dropped. His ears went back. Then, he started barking aggressively, growling non-stop, as if he was seeing something that Meilin simply couldn't. She just brushed it off. Silly boy, she thought. He's just scared of something new. She placed the doll on the shelf with her other treasures and went to sleep. But that night, Bao didn't sleep beside her like he always did. He sat by the door, staring at the doll on the shelf for hours. And then, suddenly, he ran out of the room. The next morning, it was the same story. Bo barked loudly at the doll, his fur standing on end. As Meilin was getting ready to leave for work, Bao did something he'd never done before. He grabbed her jeans with his teeth and pulled her toward the shelf, trying desperately to stop her from leaving. She was getting annoyed. "Bo, stop it," she scolded him, locked him inside the bathroom, and left for work. That day became the worst day of her life. At the toy shop, Meilin, who was always known for being calm and polite, with everyone suddenly lost control. She got into a huge argument with a customer and started shouting at them. Her boss was shocked. He had never seen her like this. He fired her on the spot. Meilin couldn't understand what had happened. Where did this uncontrollable, blinding anger come from? It wasn't her. Crying, she returned to her apartment. When she opened the bathroom door, Bao ran toward her, barking loudly. But when he saw her tear-streaked face, he went completely silent. And then, she saw tears slowly forming in his own eyes. That night, emotionally and physically drained, Meilin went to sleep early. But in the middle of her sleep, she heard a strange laugh. A chilling, unfamiliar laugh that seemed to echo from the corner of her room. She saw a dark shadow standing there, just staring at her. Her heart pounded in her chest. She blinked, and when she opened her eyes again, the shadow was gone. The only thing out of place was the Labubu doll, lying on the floor. She picked it up, thought she must have been dreaming, placed it back on the shelf, and went back to sleep. But that night, she was plunged into a terrifying nightmare. She was in her room, standing face to face with a horrifying creature. It had huge, sharp teeth, long, twisted claws, and a red, rotting body. Slowly, it moved closer and closer, then wrapped its bony hands around her neck. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The creature just laughed even louder and attacked her. Suddenly, Meilin woke up screaming, and her blood froze. The Labubu doll was sitting on her chest, staring straight into her eyes. Its smile was wider, darker, almost alive. Before Meilin could even react, Bao rushed into the room like a flash of lightning. He grabbed the doll with his teeth and started tearing it apart, shaking his head violently, shaking in fear. Meilin threw the torn, shredded pieces of the doll into the trash and hugged Bo as tightly as she could, burying her face in his fur. The next morning, her head was pounding. She looked down at her hands and saw they were covered in red bite marks, and then a cold dread washed over her. Bo was missing. She searched the entire apartment, calling his name. Nothing. She stumbled into the bathroom and looked into the mirror, and a gasp escaped her lips. Her entire face was covered with those same strange bite marks. And then, she saw it. In the reflection, behind her shoulder, stood the same monster from her nightmare. Laughing silently, she whipped around instantly. There was nothing there. Only the Labubu doll, sitting perfectly placed on the shelf. That was impossible. Bo had destroyed it. She had thrown it away herself. Terrified, Melon ran outside screaming Bo's name, her voice raw with panic. When she finally returned home, her hands empty and her hope gone. Her soul left her body. The Labubu doll was lying near the kitchen sink. Its hands and its perfect, smiling teeth were covered in fresh blood, and under the sink lay Bao's dead body, torn apart. That's when Melon finally understood. This doll was not normal. This doll was evil. With trembling hands, she searched online and found horrifying reports from all around the world. People claiming their Labubu dolls were haunted. People were being bitten in their sleep. They were losing their jobs. They were falling sick. They were losing their loved ones. It wasn't just her. Without wasting another second, Melon burned the doll. She watched it melt and blacken in the flames, then sealed its ashes in a jar and threw it into a nearby river, praying it was over. That night, she called her sister and told her everything, her voice shaking. She believed she was finally free. But the next morning, Melon was found dead in her apartment, and near her body, perfectly intact, lay the same golden Labubu doll. It turns out, her friend from the toy store, thinking Melon had thrown it away by mistake, had seen it, taken it home, and then returned it to her apartment. Today, many people believe that Labubu is the second form of an ancient, powerful demon called Pazuzu. Some countries have even banned the sale of Labubu dolls, and in certain places, priests have been called in to perform exorcisms on them. So tell me, after hitting this, do you think the Labubu doll is truly cursed? Or is this all just a terrifying rumor? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more strange and chilling stories.